Hello everyone and welcome to the weekly update where we help you catch up with everything that had happened in the GameFi community for the last 7 days in just 10 minutes. I'm your host Alex from GameFi Army, and in this week's episode we will cover some notable news in July. So sit up and let's review what this week got to offer. The first big news comes from one of the biggest names in the traditional industry, Playboy. This iconic and raunchy lifestyle brand has teamed up with NFT-based Metaverse gaming platform, The Sandbox, to launch the Meta Mansion. The Meta Mansion also builds on Playboy's Rabbitas NFT project, which consists of nearly 12,000 tokenized body avatars that went for around $800 a piece in October 2021. Holders of these NFTs will soon be access to exclusive experiences at the virtual mansion. However, the specifics and launch date have not been specified. The Sandbox also stated that users would be able to snap up neighboring NFT land plots to the Meta Mansion later this quarter. If anything from recent history is to go by, there could be strong demand for the land, given that someone paid $450,000 just to be Snoop Dogg's neighbor in the Sandbox-based Snoopverse in December. Playboy first delved into NFTs this April last year after it rolled out a series of tokenized centerfolds via Nifty Gateway. While some brands dipped their toes into NFTs for what seems to be a quick cash grab, it appears Playboy may be here for the long term, considering it is launching the Meta Mansion amid a bear market. Moving on, we got a really good news from Animoca Brands, one of the most popular NFT gaming studio and venture capital. The company announced on Tuesday that it has closed a $75.32 million funding round at a pre-money valuation of $5.9 billion, backed by Liberty City Ventures, Kingsway Capital, Alpha Web Ventures, 19T, SG Spring Limited Partnership Fund, and others. This new capital will fund strategic acquisitions, product development, and intellectual property licenses as it looks to advance the so-called open metaverse concept. The company said it plans to continue using blockchain technology, including NFTs, EFI, and GameFi, to promote digital property rights. Despite the presence of a bear market in digital assets, Animoca has been actively expanding its portfolio in 2022. In April, the venture studio acquired a large stake in Australian digital marketing firm B Media, a move to expand partnerships with the local blockchain industry. The same month, Animoca purchased video game publishers Eden Games and Darewise Entertainment. Another news comes from our most popular NFT game, Axifi, whose NFT sales volume has been pumping 205% over the past 7 days after the co-founder Jeff Zerlin stated that the project was healing. It's a reference to the strong adoption of NFT and staking, the Ronin bridge being back up, and a notable uptake of game downloads and NFT sales. One of the contributing factors to its sudden increase appears to be the surging appetite for Axifi land NFTs, following the launch of staking support on July 4th. The staking features enables landowners to earn weekly rewards in the game's Axifi native token. At the time of our video, roughly 91% of nearly 1,700 circulating supply has been staked, according to the data from Ronin Chain Explorer. This explosive surge is also likely thanks to the Ronin Bridge relaunching on June 28th. The bridge is a sidechain built for Axifi, which enables users to transfer assets between the game and the Ethereum mainnet. However, it had been offline since late March following the infamous 600 million hack, with player retention and gaming longevity being seen as crucial issues for the project. The Axifi team has been exploring ways to expand the ecosystem of late. Next, Meta Hollywood, the largest virtual community for movie lovers, studios, and creators, announced a new partnership with the Sandbox to develop a first-of-its-kind virtual Hollywood-themed backlot movie studio in the Metaverse. Specifically, Meta Hollywood secured a significant plot of land in the Sandbox, where it will host Hollywood-themed events and experiences in a Hollywood backlot studio format. Meta Hollywood will invite guests in the sandbox to embark on multiple unique adventures by touring several themed backlot experiences, including horror and action sets, holiday-themed environments, red carpet premiere events, and a memorabilia museum. Guests will also have access to the marketplace and other Hollywood-themed assets based on Planet Hollywood's real-life movie collection, enjoying utility in the newly created land. Holding any of these assets will unlock exciting perks that will grow as the new land develops. Finally, to conclude this video, we have good news from the famous NFT game, Axifi, to announce the addition of G-Bot starters in its collection. G-Bot starters are exclusive rewards for players, and they will bring more competition into the game. These G-Bots have special features as they cannot be bred, upgraded, or staked. However, they can provide holders with access to Axifi ecosystem and games. G-Bot starters are available to every player, newbies still finding their way around the ecosystem, veterans with tons of G-Bots in their wallets, as long as they win games. The skill for winning games where G-Bot starters are the reward depends on the brand of the G-Bot to be shared. For some G-Bots, players may have to complete a set of quests, while for others, players may have to have a particular score to qualify for the reward. G-Bot starters were introduced because Axifi prioritizes community rewards. This feature will bring more competition into the game, while solidifying Axifi's position as a top gaming launchpad where brands, games, and players coexist in unity. And that concludes the weekly update of this week. Despite the current depressingly bearish market, the overall GameFi and Metaverse scene seems to still be incredibly active with wonderful news from big players in the industry. Loads of huge partnerships with other Web2 brands to embark on the new Web3 revolution. Popular games are in its healing process, and some news opportunities are opening up in the future for investors. So please, hold your heads up and remain hopeful, for we will get through this crypto winter together.